everyone, welcome back to your show Ask Kaveti. I'm your host Manal, and today's topic for our show is except H-1Bs, who else can migrate to America? So we're going to start by introducing our guest, Mr. Srinivasrao Kaveti. How are you today?
Hi, welcome back to Mana TV International, and welcome back to Ask Kaveti episodes. And today's topic going to be other than H-1B IT programmers, who can migrate to America? It's a wonderful topic, and it's going to help a lot of non-IT professionals to immigrate to United States of America.
So, Mr. Kaveti, let me just start by asking, who else can migrate to America except the H-1B status?
Yes, there are many types of professions that can immigrate to America. Most of the times we have a misnomer that from other countries only IT professionals can come on H-1B, but no. Engineers can come to America, accountants can come, pharmacists can come, clinical research associates can come, priests can come, pastors can come, imams can come to America. And nowadays even paramedical staff can also immigrate to America. Because of the COVID, there is a great requirement for doctors and nurses, speech pathologists and physiotherapists and other health professionals. They can immigrate to America on an H-1B. There are other professionals can also immigrate to America, like scientists, those who are into research. They can also immigrate to America. In the past, if you see in America, you should see the history of American immigration history. In 1980s, there were no engineers who were specialized in oil and drilling. Americans brought a lot of engineers who are specialized in oil drilling, and a lot of them came to Texas. And it was in 70s and 80s. And later on, America wanted some doctors, so they gave green cards to people, those who were medical doctors. They used to approach the US Embassy, and they used to come to America in 70s and 80s. A lot of these foreign doctors who immigrated to America are all from foreign countries. Those who were medical doctors came to America and settled in America. And the third wave was Y2K. IT professionals started coming to America in 1990s to address the Y2K problem. And since then, the IT industry has opened up in America, and companies like Google and Microsoft and all these Yahoo and Hotmail, all these companies, they started bringing IT professionals to America. But lately what happened in 2000s, there were accounting professionals, because there were accounting professionals of Sarbanes-Oxley compliance professionals, financial professionals. They started coming to America because American financial market were looking for financial professionals. If you see the Western world, they come up with different professions every year called highly skilled professionals, those who are in great requirement. These are called, the Department of Labor comes with a skill list every year in America and England and Australia and New Zealand, that these are called high priority occupations. If you see, for example, some European countries, they come up with a list that sometimes even bakers, even sometimes hairdressers, they are required in a highly demand professions. They do come to these countries. And if any of your guys viewers, if you want to know which country requires professionals, you have to go back to the Department of Labor of the respective countries. They will come up with their statistic that this year they have 10 or 20 professions are in a high grade demand. And if you are among those professions, the Department of Labor recommends the immigration, saying that please give them green cards because we require certain professionals. If you see in UK now, last 2 years, because of COVID, a lot of people are dying in the nursing homes, and a lot of medical professionals have also died, like nurses and health aid workers in nursing homes and doctors. But now UK and many European countries have come up with a list that if you're a healthcare worker working in nursing homes and hospitals you could apply for a job and they're giving you work permits and you could immigrate to UK and some parts of Europe and Australia and New Zealand and Canada. And US is also coming up with that. Now they are giving priority for the healthcare workers because during the COVID time, many medical professionals died because they were the first people who got COVID and died. So now medical professionals are in a great need for the Western world. Of course, in past 2-3 years, a lot of the industries are closed, but now when the industries are opening, they're requiring foreign workers. If you see Israel is coming up with agricultural workers because Israel is advancing in agriculture. So you could also approach Israel for going as an agriculture worker. And if you see Malta requires gaming professionals, and they also need accounting professionals, and they also need nurses and doctors. Malta is one of the countries in Mediterranean. So each country, they come up with certain professions every year, or even blue-collar workers can migrate. There is a big misnomer in the Western world that only educated or engineering professionals can only migrate. That is not true. And my law firm has processed certain work permits to Lithuania and Poland for even accounting professionals and blue-collar workers in factories. So if you keep looking at it in the world, in the Western world, the first thing what you should do, you should go to the Department of Labor website and you will see what are the professions or jobs in demand, and you should look at the immigration websites and it will tell you whether these professions are highly in demand and they are priority workers and they get visas. If you see in America 2-3 years ago, America brought a lot of mathematics teachers into America. A lot of private schools brought mathematics teachers, and even government schools sponsored a lot of mathematics teachers. And in last 2 years ago, America brought a lot of speech pathologists and teachers who were teaching disabled children or mentally challenged children. So you should keep looking at that. You can migrate. It's not that only the IT professionals can migrate.
So can you tell us more about business migration and who else can migrate to America?
A business migration is of two types. The reason is one must understand a background in the world. If you see the statistics in the world, there are 78% of people in the world work for 12% people in the world. That means there are only 12% people or employers, and they're businessmen. And these 12% of people create jobs for 78% of people in the world. So these 12% of people, when they are called entrepreneurs, or they are also businessmen, they set up companies and they create employment, and they also pay taxes. So somebody to immigrate to America, people can invest $1 million. They can also invest $750,000, come into America on investors category. And some businessmen, if you have a business, a successful business working in your own home country, if it is a Pakistan or a Bangladesh or any of the countries, India, whoever, if you're having a successful business enterprise, you can set up a company in America, you can start up a company, create some employment, and immigrate to America on a business. People do come to America on business immigration too. These are called L1 visa, and we're going to cover that in another episode about L1 visa and business immigration in another episode.
What is the J1 visa again?
J1 visa is mostly given for medical professionals like doctors and research scientists, and it is also given to people who work in hotels. And the beauty is it is not very common, J1, for people coming from India or Bangladesh or Pakistan or from third world countries. America has signed certain treaties with European countries. People also come on an exchange visitor visa, which is also called cultural exchange visa. They can come and stay, homestay, it's called homestay. Let's say if somebody European wants to come and experience life in America, in the home, in American homes, taking care of the kids and experiencing American life and American culture, American language, American food. They can come on a one-year visa called a J1 visa. They can work in America, they can earn money, and they can go back with the experience. Many times people come to America in research areas. They come on NASA projects, they come on big universities to conduct clinical research or cancer research. They come here for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years sometimes, and they go back to their countries. And sometimes medical professionals like foreign doctors, they also come to America and work in America, get trained, and they go back and serve their own countries. And most of the times when they come on a J1 visa, there's a home country rule requirement. What does it mean? That means you have to go back to your country and serve your country and come back to US. That's called home country requirement. And last few years ago, before COVID, a lot of hotel management professionals used to come to America on a J1. And our firm has processed hotel management J1 visas to come to America. They will come and work in 7-star hotels. They earn money, work and study, and they go back to their own country. Why? Because America depends on hospitality and tourism, and for past 2 years has been slow, but its biggest economy is tourism economy in America, and so as in the Western world. All the Western countries, they encourage tourism, and people come on the hospitality industry. So the J1 is more popular for doctors and even hospitality professionals.
So a lot of the times what happens is that performers have to come on a P3 visa, which is a performer's visa. And can you tell us more about that and the I visa, the O visa, how does that happen? And then a lot of the times the fashion industry people, they have to come too, since fashion is, a big industry. So if they want to come here to America, what are the visas they can apply for, and how does that work?
The good news is for the media professionals, because America is, it's a United Nations in New York, and 190 countries, people, they come here. There's a culture, there's a food and music. So people want to get exposure. So people from all over the world, the media professionals, they're all over the world, come to America. America encourages media professionals coming to America and do work in America on I visa, which is called information visa for journalists and for producers, media producers. They come to America on a 5 years visa, but the requirement is their media company has to pay them a salary. They also get a social security, they also get travel documents. But the only thing or disadvantage with I visa is you cannot apply for a green card. The P3 visa is artist visas. Because America encourages artists, music, dance and culture from all over the world to have multiculturalism. They encourage people from all over the world, from Africa, from Europe, anywhere in the world. They come to America as artists. They come and perform and they get work permit, which is given for 3 years, which is called P3 visa. A P3 visa, you need a sponsor in America. They come and do the music shows, they come and do the dancing, they come and do other magic shows, they also come and do some circus in America. After 3 years they go. So this is called P3 visa. And there are other visas like O visa, and for sportsmen they come, and for fashion designers also there are certain visas. They can come and do fashion designing, or they can also do fashion modeling, and they can also act in movies and media, advertisement films. They come here because America is looking for multi-talented people from all over the world. This country encourages talent. If you see in the past, a lot of times starting from Charlie Chaplin to a lot of musicians, a lot of rappers, a lot of artists, actors from different parts of the world, they came to America and became super successful. If you see the California governor, he was also not from America, so he got into mainstream filmmaking. So a lot of people from all over the world. If you see Meera Nair from India, she also came to America and became super successful in filmmaking. So a lot of people from all over the world, they come in music, in art, in acting, in painting and other arts. They come and become successful in this country. So they are given O visas. And because America believes in tolerating of religion, because it's one of the constitutional right, you can exercise your religious rights. So there are so many religions in America, like Buddhist, Jewish, and Islamism, Hinduism, different religions. They come and establish their religious centers in America, meditation and stuff like that. So they are given R1 visas to come and establish their religion and profess their religion and practice their religion. So they get R1 visas, and they also get green cards through R1 visas. So there are different types of visas people who want to immigrate to America. If you see, many times there are top artists and musicians and people who have Nobel Prize winners and world awardees. They come on an extraordinary ability and they come and apply for an immigration. They do get green cards, and our firm has processed many of such applications to get green cards in this country.
Can someone who is in India buy agricultural projects, avenues, houses, or commercial property in America? And with that, can they migrate to America?
It's a wonderful question, Meenal. I think this would help a lot of people, immigrants, rich people looking all over the world. This show that yes, America encourages people from investing money in this country. You can buy a residential property, you can buy a commercial property, you can buy an agricultural property. And they encourage, American government do encourage buying properties in this country. However, you have to, when you're buying the property, the banks will not encourage giving any loans. You have to invest in cash, and of course you have to declare to the IRS that you're bringing the money, legitimate money, into this country, and you have to declare your foreign status. There are certain forms to be filled up and inform to the IRS and other agencies that you're bringing money legitimately, that you're not doing any money laundering into the country. Yes, you can buy properties and enjoy. However, just by buying a property, you can visit the country, but you cannot get a green card just by buying a property of agriculture or a residential property or a commercial property.
Here we go, viewers. This was a sweet and short episode for you in our show Ask Kaveti. As always, I would like to ask any ending remarks that Mr. Kaveti has for us today.
Thanks for tuning yourselves into Mana TV International, and we're going to come up with more episodes on Ask Kaveti. You please come up with some questions. You can also send us questions and we'll come up with the answers. And this shows and this episodes is done only for information purposes, and educational purposes, not to solicit any business. And please don't treat this as attorney-client or a lawyer-client, and not a privileged communication. If you have any specific questions, contact competent local lawyers for any legal questions. Retain the lawyers who are competent in respect to areas of law, and get your representation, protect your legal interest. And please be tuned with us. We're coming with more shows, and I want to thank the team of Mana TV International and as well as Meenal, and please be tuned and see you again with the new episodes. And next episode will come up with business immigration, how you can migrate to America, how you can invest money, because America has made some changes for business immigration, and so as you can also come up with L1 into this country by not investing too much money. See you, and see you again.
Guys, as always, I hope you enjoyed this episode. We are here weekly on Mana TV's channel on YouTube, and you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel and Facebook group because I love coming back here every week to give you guys a great show with our guest, Mr. Kaveti. So I'll see you next week again, hopefully. Stay tuned.